Have you ever felt like your past is holding you back from the peaceful life you truly deserve? What if today was the day you finally chose to set down the weight of regret, of anger, and of all the missed opportunities? Imagine waking up tomorrow, lighter, freer, no longer bound by the burdens of yesterday, but open to the clarity and calm of a brand new day. The truth is, peace doesn't live somewhere far down the road. It's here. It begins the moment you decide to stop carrying what no longer belongs to you. And the beauty of it all? You don't need a perfect moment to begin. You just need this one, right here, right now. Let this be the first step in a journey we take together, a journey paved with quiet, yet powerful choices that can transform the way you live and breathe. So take a deep breath and let's begin. Regret doesn't come crashing in. It whispers. It hides in quiet places, in moments when the room is still, and you remember something you wish you'd done differently, a word left unsaid, a chance not taken. It begins to weigh down the corners of your mind like a backpack filled with stones you didn't even know you were carrying. Day by day, it pulls at your posture, dims your spark. It shows up in the smallest ways, the pause before a smile, the hesitation in laughter, the sigh that escapes when no one is watching. But what if you could take it off just for a little while, just to see how it feels, to stand without the weight, to breathe without the pressure of the past pressing against your chest? John, in his 70s now, knows this feeling well. He spent years haunted by the thought that he had chosen the wrong career. He would replay moments, imagine different paths, wonder about the life he didn't live. Those thoughts, though quiet, became a daily shadow. They followed him into the mornings, lingered in the evenings, and whispered in his dreams. But something shifted the day he chose to stop seeing his past as a closed door and start seeing it as a library of lessons. He realized his regrets weren't chains. They were chapters. They hadn't trapped him. They had taught him. And when that shift happened, John changed. His face softened. He laughed more. He spoke of his life not with sorrow, but with a quiet, steady pride. The kind that comes from owning your story. Not just the highlights, but the stumbles, the wrong turns, the almosts, and the never-weres. Because they all mattered. They all meant something. You can do the same. Truly. Instead of letting regret live like a ghost in your home, you can welcome it to the table, listen to what it wants to teach you, and then kindly let it go. Ask yourself, what did I learn from this? How did this moment shape me? When you shift from blame to learning, regret loses its grip, and you gain something far more valuable, wisdom. So sit for a moment, feel the weight of what you carry, name it, hold it in your hands, then, with all the gentleness you can find in yourself, place it down, thank it, and leave it, because your story isn't over. And the best part? You're still the author. Now, let's talk about the relationships we hold. Some connections fill us, some drain us. Toxic relationships don't start as storms. They start as clouds, a small passing. Then they linger. They block the sun, until one day, all the light feels gone. You find yourself feeling anxious before a phone call, deflated after a visit, like you've given away pieces of yourself without even realizing it. Sarah held onto a friendship like that. It used to be full of laughter, comfort, mutual support, but over time, it changed. She'd hang up the phone, feeling smaller, less seen, more tired, and yet she stayed. Out of habit, out of fear, out of guilt. But one quiet afternoon, after a particularly draining call, she sat in her favorite chair and asked herself, what am I really holding on to? The silence that followed gave her the answer. And so she let go, not with anger, with grace, with a quiet understanding. That peace, sometimes, requires parting. And the light returned, slowly, in new friendships, in conversations that lifted her, in mornings that didn't begin with dread. She found warmth again, not because she searched harder, but because she made space for it. She learned something many of us forget. Letting go isn't rejection, it's protection. It's not abandonment, it's alignment. It's choosing to honor your heart, over history. As we grow older, our time becomes sacred, and so does our peace. You deserve to be surrounded by people who reflect back your joy, your light, your value. Letting go of a draining relationship doesn't make you unkind. It makes you brave. It makes you honest. So take a moment. Think of the people in your life. Who brings warmth? Who leaves you cold? Who sees you, truly sees you? You know the answer. Trust it. And if it's time to say goodbye, say it with love and step into the space that goodbye creates. Because the truth is, when you let go of what dims your light, you make room for what helps it shine brighter. And in that light, others will find you, the kindred spirits, the friends who laugh easily, who listen fully, who remind you that you were never meant to walk alone. Now comes the hardest part, forgiveness. We often think forgiveness is a gift we give to someone else. But more often, it's the gift we didn't realize we needed to give ourselves. Imagine holding a burning coal, your hand clenched tight, your jaw locked. You're holding it, not because you want to, but because you think the burn will teach someone else a lesson. But it doesn't. It only scorches you. It singes your hope, your peace, your capacity to love. Tom knew this pain. His brother passed suddenly, and their last words? Harsh, angry, final. The regret ate at him. The guilt kept him up at night. He thought, if he held on to the pain, maybe it meant he still cared. Maybe it would keep his brother close. But pain is not proof of love. It's a signal, a cry for healing. So Tom started small. He wrote letters he never sent. He whispered apologies into the silence. He walked every morning and imagined his brother beside him. Slowly, forgiveness came, not as a thunderclap, but as a sunrise, gradual, gentle, certain, and with it, a quiet sense of peace, the kind that wraps around you like a warm blanket on a cold morning. Forgiveness isn't forgetting. It's remembering without the wound. It's honoring the hurt, but not letting it hold the pen. It's saying, this happened. It hurt, but I will no longer let it hurt me again. Now, ask yourself, who do I need to forgive? A friend? A family member? Myself? Then start. Just start. One thought, one letter, one breath. That's all it takes to begin. You don't have to know the ending. You just have to take the first step. And here's the truth. When you release someone else, you release yourself. You untie the knot in your chest. You make room for joy to return. You'll begin to notice it in quiet ways. The way the air feels softer in the morning. The way you hum to yourself while washing dishes. The way your shoulders relax, even just a little. That's healing. That's peace. And when that peace begins to root itself in you, you'll feel more than just relief. You'll feel reconnected to yourself, to the world around you. You'll find that conversations feel richer, moments more tender, and time slower, as if it's finally walking beside you, not racing ahead. Let's be honest. Peace isn't passive. It's a courageous act, choosing to forgive, to let go, to love again. It takes strength, but that strength, it's already within you. It's been waiting, quietly, patiently, for the day you decide to choose yourself. And all of this, all of it leads to one truth, one soft, powerful truth. Peace is not a destination. It is a decision, a daily one. You don't need to wait until everything is fixed, everything resolved. You just need to stop running, stop fighting, and sit long enough to hear your own heart whisper, I'm ready, because you are. You're ready to breathe deeper, to feel lighter, to live fuller. You are ready to remember that this life, this one imperfect, beautiful life, is still yours to shape. So start now, right now. Let go of what no longer serves you. Choose love over fear, stillness over noise, forgiveness over pain. You are not too late. You are not too far gone. You are exactly where you need to begin again. No matter your age, no matter your story, this is your moment. And if the story touched something in you, don't let it stop here. Let it grow, like a ripple. Let it reach others who might be carrying what you've just begun to put down. Subscribe to Elderly Wisdom Story. Let your life be filled with reflections that remind you you're not alone. We're walking this path together, step by gentle step, toward peace, toward joy, toward home.